Hey guys, Mr. Gardner here. Today I'm going to talk to you about this Play-Doh activity that we have to do and how we're going to do it. So just watch, follow along, and then work on your part of it at home with your Play-Doh. So as we can see here, we were talking about 3D objects yesterday, and that was just to get you ready for today's activity. So if you can see on this paper, I've got some Play-Doh out. And before we started, I made a few shapes. So I made a cube out of Play-Doh. I know it's perfect. I made a cone, beautiful cone. Look at that. I could probably go out and work construction with that. And a rectangular prism. So I've made that as well. I'm working on a sphere also to use. So I have all these shapes. Obviously, you're going to have to make some more shapes than this, but I'm just going to show a few examples to get us started. So what you're going to do is you are going to see this document. Let me show this to you real quick. So you're going to have this document here that you're going to be working on. And so the document here will tell you the different shapes that you need to be creating, okay? So I'm going to start off with the sphere, all right? So if we look at the sphere, okay, I have it made right here. All right, it's beautiful. A sphere is just like a basketball is a sphere, a soccer ball, okay? So just a round shape. And so I have my shape, and I'm going to take a little plastic knife. If you can use a credit card, anything that's rigid, which means it's solid, and plastic that'll go through Play-Doh will work for this. Okay, and so what you're going to do is it's going to tell you to do a couple of things. So first it's going to say to do a parallel slice, and then it's going to say to do a perpendicular slice. So if you remember back, parallel means that it's going to be in line with the base. So this is sitting on flat like this. So for a parallel cut, and I'll make this so you can see it, I'm going to cut this way. I'm going to cut horizontally through my shape. So I cut through it. Oh, I need to cut all the way through. So let me cut all the way through it. And you can see when I open it, right, if it was perfect, then it would be a circle. So that's what I would see. When I cut it open, I get the shape of a circle. So the next thing I would do now is I would go back to my document, and you can use this shape tool right here. So I'm going to go to shapes. I'm going to go to circle. If you have a pen you can use to draw on your computer, you could draw in there. But I'm just going to draw. I'm going to use that shape tool to put the circle in. And then it says, what's the result? So I'm going to double click into my result, and I'm going to type circle. Okay, and then I'm going to look at my next section here. Now it is saying a perpendicular slice. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to go back to my Play-Doh shape. Okay, so we can see here, I've got it cut. I'm going to put it back together, and I'm going to lay it back on its base. And now perpendicular means at a 90-degree angle. So whereas before I was slicing horizontally this way, now I'm going to put a vertical slice through this. So I'm going to slice it vertically, and then I'm going to look. And again, what do I have when I cut a sphere? I have a circle. So again, I can just take my tool, go into shapes, and I can put that circle in there. Okay, and then I'm just going to write here, circle. Okay, then I'm going to move to my next one. So my next one says a cube. All right, so the fun in this is doing it yourself. So I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to allow you guys to do all these on your own. It may take you today, a little bit today, and a little bit tomorrow to get this completed. If you want to sit and do it all in one sitting, you can. It's just that depending on how much Play-Doh you have, you're going to have to make all these shapes. And sometimes some of them can be a little bit tough to make. So it can be a little bit time consuming. But again, the biggest key to remember is if you're doing a perpendicular cut, you're starting at the top and cutting through. If you're doing a horizontal cut or the parallel cut, you're starting from the side and cutting horizontally through the middle of your shape. Perpendiculars through the top, horizontals through the side. That's how you're going to do those cuts. If you want to play around and just check some things out, try doing some diagonal cuts and just see what it makes. Try it out, okay? After tomorrow, after I've given you some time to work on these, I will post a video showing all the different cuts. So if you weren't able to get Play-Doh and do this activity with us, you can at least see what the outcome would have been for all of these different shapes. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please come into the office hours or send me an email. Have fun, guys.